Hey, how's it going YouTube? This is SilverBeanie here, bringing you guys week 4 for the PMC, the Pokemon Masters Club Draft League. We are your host of Palossands, and I'm your coach, SilverBeanie. And we're up against the New York Cosmogs for week 4 against Coach Phantombass. And what's going to be an incredible match out. It's going to be an incredible showdown. I'm very nervous, I have to say. This match is probably going to decide so much of our fate for the rest of the league. We have had a very rough start. If you've missed any of our previous matches, go and check them out. You will not be disappointed. You'll just be disappointed in me, but not by the disappointment of the amazing content that is provided. But, spoiler alert, we are now 0-3 at this point. We have had 3 losses in a row. Very, very, very bad start to the league. We're not off to a good start. I'm hoping we can claw it back today. I feel like we could. I feel like this matchup is in our favor. We have an opportunity. Our opponent is also 0-3, so we have the opportunity. The opportunity there. Our opponent is also 0-3, so they've got the exact same record that we have. So who knows? It could be the day. Could be the day. Or this tomorrow, technically, because you'll see the match up tomorrow. But anyway, let's talk about our opponent's team. Let's talk about it, and then we'll discuss the team we're bringing. So, up first, he has a Mega Lopunny. That was his round 1 pick, and oh my goodness, I'm not happy. Mega Lopunny is one that I am itching to get. I want a Mega Lopunny on my team. Very much itching on one of my draft leagues. So one day, we will draft it. One day. A Mega Lopunny, as I'm sure you know, absolute destruction. Base 135 special attack. Could you imagine it? Base 135 speed, base 136 physical attack. Its defenses are in the mid-90s. Overall, it is very, very, very good. Scrappy ability allows it to hit any type regardless. It can hit with like super effective, like, you know, well, it can hit something like a Sableye, for an example, which is normally Ghost. It can hit with super effective like Drain Punch or something. You know? It's got Fake Out. It's got Power Up Punch. I don't think it gets close combat. I don't think so. If it does, that's kind of broken. I know it gets like Jump Kick and High Jump Kick, things like that. It gets the Elemental Punches. It's so difficult because I don't think it gets U-Turn either. That'd be a bit broken. It also doesn't get Knockoff, thankfully. And that would be broken if it got Knockoff. But it's very tricky to prepare for. It really is. It's like it doesn't do too well. Like one decent hit and it's gonna go down. But if you get too many weaker hits off, it's gonna be able to build up its stats and it's gonna be able to OHKO you. So I've really got to be careful with this thing, and I'm like, I feel like I've made the necessary precautions, hopefully, to try and get around it. But this, yeah, Mega Lopunny is not a good start. Continuing with the power and the speed, we've got a Weavile to deal with as well. Weavile, along with Lopunny, I see definitely. These two I see coming. They have so many good matchups against my team. It just makes sense for them to be brought. Like 125 base 125 speed, base 120 attack. Again, its defenses aren't there, but it gets Ice Shard, it gets Knockoff, Icicle Crash. I think it gets Sucker Punch as well, if I'm not mistaken. I know it gets Knockoff, which is like I think I said Knockoff. Anyway, but it's brilliant. Weavile is such a good mon. I'm not looking forward to taking that down. If it gets a Knockoff on something, it's going to hurt. It's going to do a good 50% damage. So I've had to kind of make necessary precautions. I may have prepared for the Weavile, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I strongly feel Weavile's coming along with the Lopunny. Suicune next. Now we're going into bulk. One of the bulkiest mons in the game. Suicune base 100 HP and then 115 in both defenses. This thing, if it sets up Calm Mind, it ain't gonna die. It's just straight, as simple as. If it's a Rest, Sleep Talk, you know, Toxic Stool kind of set, it's just not going to die. It's going to sit in front of you, going to set up, and it's just going to hit Scalds and Ice Beams and all the above and just destroy you one by one. This thing is a pain. It really is. I'm not too worried about taking hits from it because unless it's got Calm Minds up, you don't typically run these things very offensive. Build up with Calm Mind. So if it does, like if it is the Calm Mind set, which I expect it to be, then we've got to be careful, make sure we take this thing down as quickly as possible. Look, going now a bit back into the speed. We've got a Whimsicott, which is his dedicated. I think it's his only fairy. Yeah, it's his only fairy type. Base 116 speed, pretty decent, but it gets pranksters, which kind of makes this thing a little bit worrying. I don't think it's gonna bring it. It has a few decent counters, like it matches perfectly against my High Dragon. It allows speed, but I've got too many things that sort of counter it. So I don't see it coming. I do not see it coming. Plus, I do have a Mega Venusaur, which guarantees to kill this thing, Sludge Bomb or whatever. So I don't see the Wismacott coming. He may bring it, but I don't see it coming. So I'm not too worried about the Wismacott. But it's there, Prankster. One thing that is definitely going to be coming, without a doubt, Metagross. I 100% see this thing coming. It walls and counters so much of my team, and is literally the perfect switch in, or hard switch in to most of my team. Against maybe minus maybe one or two of my mobs. Metagross is so good. It's really bulky, still psychic, speed is non-existent, but attack base 135, defense 130, special defense is 90. Thankfully, it's not Mega. God, if it was, I think it's game over. But it's so good. This thing is very difficult to take down. If we can get it burnt, that'd be amazing. That'd be absolutely amazing. Burnt. But we've just got to be careful. It does get Bullet Punch, with obviously stab priority with Bullet Punch. It's Earthquake. I'm pretty sure it gets the Elemental Punches. Pretty sure. I know it gets Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. I don't know if it gets Fire Punch. It might do. But still, gotta be prepared for it, gotta be careful. Mismagius is the next one, Levitator. This is his first flying immunity on his team. He hasn't got too many of those. Ground immunity, sorry. He hasn't got too many of those on his team. But this thing is very speedy, base 105 on its all of its special stats and its speed. This thing maybe sets up Carmine. I doubt it will, because these things are usually trail. It could be tricky. But I see this thing maybe like coming as like a Will-O-Wisp, Hex, maybe Shadow Ball set. If he wants to set up with Nasty Plot, that's going to be really annoying. I just got to be careful. Thankfully, it's not a Z-move user. If it was, I would be really worried about it. But it's not, so I'm not too worried. I'm not worried about taking it down. I'm more worried about taking a hit from it. It's really hard. So Mismagius is going to be interesting. Up next is Quillfish. Quillfish is an interesting one. I've not had too much experience with Quillfish. I've not used one myself. And I haven't really gone against a Quillfish often, so I honestly don't know how good of a matchup and how good it is in battle. It's not very good defensively. It's base 55 special defense and 85 in its physical defense. Speed is doo-doo butter, and its attack is only 95. So all of its stats are like 95 and below. The best thing about this thing is the fact it gets Intimidate, and I think it also gets spikes and toxic spikes. Other than that, this thing is a bit of a bit pants. So he may bring it as maybe like a hazard setter. Other than that, I don't really see the Quillfish being any use in this match. Not really. I mean, he may bring it, but I don't see it being too used in this matchup. One thing I'm not looking forward to dealing with, especially if it successfully sets up, and that is Volcarona. Volcarona, obviously, it's times 4 weak to rock, and if I get Stealth Rocks up, game over. But I don't even think I'm bringing Stealth Rock up. I remember. But if this thing sets up a Quiver Dance or two, he's going to sweep and he's going to kill. This is also one of his 2 dedicated Z users. Does bring it. I expect it to be Z, and he's probably going to set up a Quiver Dance and then maybe with something hard. So that's going to be another tricky one. Again, not too worried about taking it down, more worried about taking a hit from it. Just got to be careful. Just got to be careful with my switching. Rhydon's another interesting one. Again, I'm not worried about taking it down. I'm more worried about taking a hit from it, because Rhydon hits hard, plus also Rockhead. So things. I don't know if it gets Head Smash. Does it get Head Smash? I don't think it does get Head Smash. No, it gets Double Edge. But you know, obviously this thing could be Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, you know, Sword Dance, Mega Horn, etc. Various different sets. It cannot have Horn Drill, one-hit KO moves, banned. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what you bring. One of his other Z users is the Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu, again, another speedy mon, base 110 speed. Everything else is kind of in the 95s and below. This thing hits pretty hard. If he's got like a Life Orb set maybe, or a Choice Spec set, it's gonna take something down pretty. If it is a Z, then depending on what Z it is, it will be tricky to try to get around. But I feel like I've got enough precautions to get around it. I've just got to not let it set up. If it does that, then that's game. And then last but not least is probably one of the most scariest mons on his team, and somehow he managed to draft it last. And that's a Latias. Absolute monster. I am not looking forward to this at all. I have very few switch-ins to a Draco Meteor other than 1 second. Base 110 special attack and speed and 130 in its special defense. This thing is bulky as heck. Hits hard. Thank God it's not a Z, but I tell you now, I cannot take this thing down without like seriously withering it. I've got to seriously get some chip damage off first before hitting it hard with something. So Latias is going to be a pain and it's going to be tricky. So now we're going to talk about the team we're going to bring. I've kind of obviously, like as you can see, I've kind of kept it hidden. But now we're going to reveal it, and there they are. That is the team we are bringing. So I'm going to talk you guys through the squad, why we're bringing, who we're bringing, and why we're not bringing, why we're not bringing, why we're not bringing, what we're not bringing. There we go. So up first, you can see a beautiful Mega Venusaur here. Valatar is coming back with that beautiful thick fat. Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Knockoff, and Leech Seed. Giga Drain. Obviously there, if I have to one-on-one the Suicune, I can Leech Seed it, get some recovery health back and just kind of stall it out. I've just got to be careful with the Whimsicott because, well, if he brings the Whimsicott, I can't Leech as often as I would like. But obviously I've got Sludge Bomb there, guarantees to OHKO that thing. It ain't living at all. Like there is no scenario where that thing lives. It's ridiculously max special defense. It just ain't living, the Sludge Bomb. We've got Knockoff just as overall. And it also allows us to get rid of the items like the Suicune, the Metagross potentially, and maybe the Mismagius, and maybe even the Pikachu as well. Try and hit that thing hard and get this item. We've got a little bit of investment in speed. This is so we can outspeed the Suicune. So if it's a non-max speed, like if it's a timid, I think it's a timid Suicune with no speed investment, we outspeed it. I think 1 point. So there's only a little bit in speed just so we can guarantee out. Hit with a Giga Drain, hit it hard, and get our recovery back. We're bringing about Hairspray, our beautiful Staraptor. It did try it last week. It had an interesting event roll of events, but it's going to come back. It's going to come back and it's going to do amazing. Staraptor's obviously bringing the Brave Bird, Close Combat, U-Turn. I'm bringing Thief as well. Thief is an interesting one. It's really there just so I can hit the Metagross and maybe the Mismagius for super effective damage. Otherwise, I'll just hit it with things like U-Turn and Brave Birds and Close Combat everything. I mean, a Brave Bird or Close Combat, or both of which kill the Lopunny and Weavile. Obviously, it will kill the Whimsicott, it kills the Mismagius, kills the Volcarona, it kills the non-defensive Alolan Raichu. So between the two moves, it's just going to destroy his entire team. We've got the Intimidate as well, so we can counter that Lopunny and Weavile as well as that Metagross. I get a switch in, I can do some Choice Scarf as well, so I can U-turn out. Choice Scarf, so I guarantee outspeed that Lopunny and without any situation regardless. We've got just enough speed, 140 in speed, just enough so we guarantee outspeed that Lopunny as well as that Weavile as well, without any question. So that's gonna be like Staraptor's really, it's gonna be our late games. So it's very important. Back. Omega is coming back, bringing back the Choice Band. I think Choice Band variant from Omega is actually gonna be really good this week. Bringing back the Cell Rock, Stone Edge, Crunch, and Iron Head. Iron Head is only really there for the for the Whimsicott. Depending on how defensive it is, it's guaranteed OHKO. We've got Crunch, obviously he's got a lot of Psychic types and a lot of Ghost types. So we can hit any of those hard with a Crunch. A Cell Rock is a 2-hit KO on the Lopunny, guaranteed OHKO on the Weavile, and it's an OHKO on the Corona. And we've got Stone Edge just for everything else hard. So this thing is going to be an absolute truck, absolute monster. So excited to use it. Just got to be careful with that Lopunny again, because if that Lopunny gets ahead of me and because it outspeeds, it will kill in one hit. So got to be careful. Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to that. But we've got enough precautions. Up next, we have Divine making its debut. A beautiful shiny Sylveon. I think this is the first week we're bringing it. I thought this week actually had a really good matchup. He's got a few dark types. He's got I said a few dark. He's got one dark type. He's got the Lopunny and the Weavile, both of which hit my team pretty hard. Barely touched this. barely touch it. So we're bringing a max defense Sylveon, like the bulkiest I can get. Hyper Voice, Toxic, Wish, Protect. Wish, Protect, Store if I'm up against the Suicune, various other mons, and then Hyper Voice just hits everything hard, other than really, as I say, the only thing that doesn't hit hard. Everything else, it just bodies. So I thought this week, you know, a Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect that was actually really good against the team. And if we're max defense, then we guarantee live 2, if not 3 returns from the. So we can get rid of it very quickly if we can successfully get an attack off. Gastaric is making another return. Not done as well as I'd hoped this season. I'm really hoping we can try and utilize it a lot better. But this season, Gastaric is coming. We're bringing that Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, Energy Ball, and the Sticky Webs. I need webs. Every time I brought Sticky Webs, I think in any draft league, I've not got them up. I haven't got them up in time, and it's just thrown the whole game out of whack. Depending on what he brings, but my plan is to either lead with Staraptor or lead with Galvantula. Staraptor, I can U-turn out, Galvantula, get those webs up, and then get the heckles out of there. I'm bringing Thunderbolt as well, not Thunder. Why am I bringing Thunderbolt? What was my plan for that? What was my plan for Thunderbolt and not Thunder? Actually, why am I bringing Thunderbolt and not Thunder? Maybe that's a mistype. I feel like that's a mistype. Why would I bring Thunderbolt and not Thunder? I don't know. Have I got the wrong team? No, this is right. This must be just a typo. That should be Thunder, not Thunderbolt. Maybe I just clicked it wrong. No, it should be Thunderbolt. Thunder. It's everything harder. Yeah. I know that's Thunderbolt. Strange. Ignore me. So, and Energy Ball. So Energy Ball's there obviously for that Suicune, and then Bug Buzz hits everything pretty hard, especially the Ghost types. Ghost types, Psychic types. And the last one is we are bringing Sakura, our beautiful shiny Ninetales. We're bringing that Firium Z back. Hopefully we can utilize it better this time. We failed like last time. We tried to bring Ninetales with it. This week, it's going to work. And it's going to be amazing. Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Nasty Plot, and the Will-O-Wisp. We are going to utilize these so good and hopefully counter his team well. If he wants to like somehow maybe set up a rain, or I don't know, it's got a few teams that can benefit. It's got a few mons that can benefit from sand or rain. So if he wants to try and do that, I can get my drought up. Don't know, see it happening, but it might. Plus we've got Fire Blast. Fire Blast is everything like hard except for Suicune. Depending on, again, special defense, but a non-special defensive Volcarona dies to a Fire Blast in the sun. So you can just kind of get an idea for just how powerful Ninetales is. And this week I think it's actually going to. Oh, so that's the plan. I didn't see the point of bringing Jirachi this week. I really wanted to, but he has between things like the Weavile, like one knockoff, and it's like 70% of being a defensive item. He's got the Metagross, which I just don't do much against. You know, he's got the Lopunny as well, and he's got the Mismagius. He just doing things that I think just sort of counter the Jirachi. I don't think it worked too well. Hydreigon was honestly another one I really wanted to bring, but again, Weavile shuts it down. Ice Shard does 50%. It's insane. So, and he's got a Latias as well, and it just didn't make sense against his team for me. Plus, he's got the Volcarona. You know, Bug Buzz is going to hurt it. So it just didn't work. Donphan as well. Donphan could be an interesting one. Donphan could actually work. I did consider bringing Donphan over. Originally, I was going to bring Donphan, but then I realized I had Sylveon. So I just thought it made more sense. But Jellicent. So Jellicent is actually one I really wanted to bring. Jellicent I thought was perfect. But again, that Weavile, it just shuts it down. A knockoff kills pretty much every single time with the Jellicent. So it just didn't work. And then Zangoose. I do want to bring Zangoose one week, but this week is not. Not with the Lopunny around anyway. So that's the team. That's the squad. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section. Do you think we're going to get bodied, or are we going to come out with that W that we are dreaming for? Hopefully it is that second one. But we hopefully will get a turnaround. Later in today, if you're watching this as it's going live, later today we will have another team builder because we've got a brand new league starting. We've got the IBL, the Indigo Battle League that we are now part of. The draft analysis did go up earlier this week. Make sure you go check that out. Get yourselves all caught up on our brand new squad. We are now doing 2 leagues at the time. It's going to be amazing. 2 team builders every Saturday, and then 2 matches every Sunday. So lots of awesome stuff for you guys to enjoy. But yeah, hope you guys dig it. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys are excited for the things that are coming your way. But I'm rambling and I need to get the heckles out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, as always, like button down below. Subscribe if you are new. Root for your crystal Palossands. We need that W. We need W. And today is the day it's going to happen. It's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Man, SilverBeanie. I'll catch all y'all beautiful people next time.